Wonderful, wonderful. Theta, did we hear from anyone as far as not being able to make it?
I heard from two people. One is Kenneth Murdoch is unavailable due to doing something with a family member, an emergency situation. And then Linda wound up emailing me this morning saying she couldn't make it. Linda Robinson.
Okay. Who was the first person that you said?
Kenneth Murdoch,
Okay. Oh,
DEI.
Kenneth. Not. Oh, okay. He was majorly on the agenda as well. Did he by chance share any of the information with?
He didn't give me anything to share.
Okay.
He
Interesting.
just told me about the emergency, and that's the only thing I
Interesting.
know.
Okay.
Can you get me a glass of tea?
Um,
Oh,
and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hi, Sue.
Why can I see everyone? Layout. I have 5. Does everyone else have 5?
I see Sue in here too.
Yes.
Yep. So
Sue?
Sue,
1,
Karen,
2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah,
Monica,
5.
Dwayne.
Okay,
Yeah, 5.
I'm here.
great.
Hello.
I've got pictures.
How are you?
Been better.
Okay. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11. So we need 6.
Great.
Okay. And with Kenneth not being here, that deflates a lot of the new business that he was, I should say not here, not able to attend. That deflates a lot of the new business that we were planning on discussing at this meeting. So we can't approve minutes. The police response to college campus protests. I will table, let's say we table until.
Can I ask a question, please? Did you want to
Yes.
start with the roll? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I mean, we can't open the meeting and start
That's
the
fine.
meeting.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we can start the meeting officially, but we can't actually do a roll
So
call.
you can do a roll call. It's just we won't have a quorum
To make
after you do,
decisions.
and then we can't
Gotcha.
vote. We can do everything but vote on
Okay.
something.
All right. Let's go ahead and do a roll call just so we'll have the official record. So meeting call to order at 5:05 p.m. And then I will do a roll call. Commissioner Stewart.
Aye. Present.
Commissioner Smith. Not present. Commissioners Michael Slawin. Commissioner Robinson. Commissioner Pellegrini.
Here.
Commissioner Meredith.
Here. That's better.
Yeah. Commission. You said here? Yes. Yes. Okay. Commissioner Johnson.
Oh,
Not here. Commissioner Fan. Not here. Commissioner Karen. Karen, I always get your last name wrong. I apologize.
Resty, like someone who was arrested. Oh, there's Michael. There's Michael.
Oh, there's Mike. All right. Commissioner Ahmad.
She's on her way in.
Okay.
I'm assisting her with entry.
All right. Michael, you are now present at
Yes, I am.
6:06. Okay. And then Commissioner Dwayne James is present as well. And then Commissioner Ahmad is currently present as well at 6:07. Okay. For the record, we do have a quorum. Yes.
Are you on
It's
Eastern
the
time,
little
Dwayne?
things.
Say again. I'm
Are you
sorry.
on
I did say
Eastern time?
6:07. 5:07. Yes, I am on Eastern time. I was looking at my phone instead of actually looking at my watch. So yes, 5:07. So, thank you for that. First up on the agenda is approval of minutes. So we have the minutes of the March 13th, 2024 meeting, and then also the minutes for the August 14th, 2024 meeting. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Can you, excuse me, can you clarify which ones you're accepting as well?
Can we get a motion to approve either one or both of the minutes from March 13th and August 14th?
I
Motion.
move to approve both.
Okay.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed approval of the minutes of March 13th, 2024 or August 14th, 2024? Any abstentions? All right. The minutes of March 13th, 2024 and the minutes of August 14th, 2024 are approved. Thank you for that. Next up on the agenda is old business. And so this old business was in recommendation by Commissioner Fan. And so I would suggest that we table this as well. She is not able to attend for this meeting, and we will see exactly when she will be able to return to and have this discussion. So let's table this meeting, table this conversation. Under new business, we were talking about possible county collaborations with the ADA, LGBTQ plus, IA plus task force and the Youth Advisory Board Commission, then also any updates on the equity plan, and then what next steps they were from the HRC, and then also the potential for an intern to support the HRC as well. Kenneth Murdoch is not able to attend this meeting due to a last minute emergency. And so these were on his docket to follow up on and present to the commission. And so we will table these until the next meeting in 2 months so that he can actually present this information. In looking at these three items, is there any additional thoughts or ideas from the commissioners that they would like to share for the record so that we can continue to move forward with this from a commission standpoint, and then also that Kenneth understands the expectations and wants and needs from the commission? Any suggestions, comments, shares from the commissioners?
I have a question. Are we talking about new business collaboration?
Yes, new business. Correct.
Okay. So the potential for an intern to support HRC, I think, is great. Is this an unpaid position or a paid position?
I don't know.
And so my memory is that Kenneth was going to see all the options that were available to us, understanding the county already does some internship programs and what does that look like for us. And so I was hoping that he would have those options available for us. So
And
Okay.
my preference would be that somebody is paid. I mean, I know that there's a lot of sort of taking advantage of interns in that, but even if it comes up as the $15 an hour, something to, and it doesn't even have to be full-time, technically. Sorry, Michael, I interrupted.
No. I absolutely agree. And it also opens up the pool to folks, quite frankly, that need to be paid. You know, there's socioeconomic things that we have to consider as well. And I think it would also further impact of this commission to get more things done. So totally agree, Karen. Commissioner, I'm sorry.
So what
Could
would
I,
the intern,
oh, so,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, what
No,
would
go ahead,
the
Dr. Stewart.
intern, would we come up with a job description or what would they be doing exactly? Are we still working on that?
We haven't come up with a job description. We're still
Okay.
working on that. The conversation that was shared that I remember is basically that there's a lot of day-to-day operations and day-to-day conversations that can be done that can support the commission, but right now we don't have that individual that is helping to move the conversations and discussions forward from a commission standpoint,
Okay.
designated for the HRC. And so this intern would help support that. And so what does it look like for this intern to help with collaborations with ADA? What does it look like for them to go out and work with the other human rights commissions that are in the county and ensure that there's a true collaborative effort? And so Dr. Stewart, I would love to hear if there's additional thoughts and ideas of what you or others might actually have as far as day-to-day job descriptions that would be beneficial, not just to HRC, but then also to the intern. But there's a lot of work that can happen to move this forward, and the intern would just, in my opinion, help with some of that conversation as well.
Okay.
I don't think the equity plan is going to move forward unless there's somebody to staff it. That's all. Whatever it is going to be, because of the other pressures of all the other things going on for the folks in Mr. Murdoch's office, I think there needs to be a point person on that. So that could be a priority.
Would this be a full-time internship or part-time? Have we thought of how many hours this person would be interning for?
Right now, we have not got to that level of thought about full-time, part-time, paid, unpaid. It was more of an inquiry saying that what support can we have and what does it look like for internships to be designated for HRC, but we have not gotten to the point of full-time versus part-time. And I think that's another conversation that we have to have as far as scope, responsibilities, expectations, and then full part-time job description, qualifications, etc.
Right. Yeah, I think if somebody could do this full time, and I agree with Karen, the equity plan, I mean, nothing will happen with it unless they have the manpower for it. And that intern can be a liaison also between us and the community and organize things. I mean, we all have lofty ideas, but nothing gets executed because we're just so busy, and we just need somebody who can execute things.
Right.
Like, I would love to see is there a current plan in St. Louis County for interns? Do they have a certain time schedule that they go out and market the intern, or can interns come in throughout the entire year? Do they market to all the universities that are available? Do they have certain partnerships? That part I do not know personally, and it would just be good to understand that as we designate everything as well. So if any of you have ideas and knowledge about that, that would be great as well.
Well, I think, a couple of things have been brought up that I think we can, start writing it, quite frankly, right now. What do we want this person to do? I mean, I get it, the hours and the pay and all of that, and the qualifications for the person is another discussion, but truly, what do we want this person to do? We want them to interface with other groups across the metro, see how we can collaborate with other commissions, as well as, I'm sorry, Commissioner Ahmad, you mentioned something as well that I thought was a good idea. And sorry, my old brain cannot remember exactly what she said. You know, again, these are things that I think we could do right now.
Hang on real quick. Caroline says she's on audio only. Wait, oh, she's an attendee. Is that right? Can we move her? Thank you. Can you hear better now, Caroline? Sorry, Michael.
No, that's all right. Commissioner Ahmad, can you repeat what you said before, please?
Oh, I think I said that the intern can be a liaison between us and,
Okay.
you know, the community and, you know, different needs we have. And, the intern can execute our lofty ideas.
There you go.
Do they have to be lofty? What if
I mean,
they're
they don't
not
have to be
lofty?
lofty. I just, you know, I mean, they're not lofty, but we all have ideas, but nothing happens.
Excuse me, can you confirm that Caroline got a chance to is that her on the phone?
Yeah, I'm asking if she.
Because she's muted. I just wanted to make sure that was actually her in your
Okay,
meeting
it is.
as a panelist.
Okay. Yeah, it is her. She's confirming she's on the phone and she can hear.
Okay, well then, can she say something if we unmute her to confirm that's her?
Okay, hold on.
Because I want her to be able to participate as well.
Yeah, hold on.
Brandon, are you able to unmute her? Caller in user _2.
I sent Karen a message.
Okay.
She may not see it. Karen, if she wants me to unmute her, just let me know.
Okay. Hold on.
I just wanted to hear her voice. And if I sent out another email with information. I didn't know if she had issue with that, trying to log in with that information.
No, she just had a baby.
Oh.
And so she's
Congratulations.
taking it kind of easy. It's nice she can be here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
She says, Caroline says she's on the phone only, not on the app. So.
Okay. So does she need to say anything, or
Yeah,
how
I don't think so. Noah, does she
Okay.
have to, if she's on the phone, do we have to do something special?
We do not.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Noah. Anyway, continuing what Michael was saying about what Azra was saying. Yeah, I mean, we need somebody to help like get stuff through. I would actually think, so my favorite thing is threes. So if we had community coalitions and the equity plan and kind of something else relative to helping us put our stuff into reality, that's plenty.
I mean, I guess I would think before we do the work to develop a job description, I would see what is required for us to basically get an intern. So we're developing a job description and a ask based off of what that need is. And so, yes, we can start the work based off of what the conversations are. But if we're going to move forward with a team working on it, our subcommittee, I would really like to know, what does that look like from the county level?
So my ask would be, is it fair to ask Noah or Theta? Because HR has templates for all of these things. And
that's why we asked Kenny to basically get that information back to us. And so I would just say that I would continue to ask Kenny, but if Kenny
So we'll
can't
wait for
do it, then yes,
Okay,
if Kenny is not the person, then someone else needs to do that before the next meeting,
okay,
if possible.
okay. Okay. Can I ask a question? Can I add a new business thing here? Or Noah, where do I add a new business question?
So, is it related to something on the agenda?
No, it's just procedural. It's a question.
Okay, just ask the question um, and then I can tell you where we can fit it in, or if we
Okay.
can.
Okay, it's regarding the seat in this commission held by Cindy Johnson.
Mhm.
It's been 2 years since she participated in a meeting, and I believe her the month when she was confirmed is September or October. And so we have to wait that year, but we could have, what do we have to do in order to declare that seat available appropriately under the rules? And then we could find another commissioner who can be active and engaged.
Okay, so I will relate this back to the roll call. That's why we can talk about it.
Okay.
The answer to that question is the county executive needs to ask the commissioner to resign. So I would think the thing to do is somebody, either the chair or Ida or myself, make Dr. Page aware of the non-participation, and so he can ask the commissioner to resign so that we have another spot.
Does it have to be a motion of the full commission for that recommendation to move up, or is it just one? Is it just the chair or the liaison?
So all we're doing is letting the commissioner know, or letting Dr. Page know that a commissioner has not been participating. So that doesn't need to be a motion or anything like that.
I would request that Theta or myself reach out to Commissioner Johnson just to have an ask, just to give that advice before that conversation moves up to the county executive, just to allow that discussion that please let us know, et cetera, and we're moving this up to the next level, just to give grace and space in that regard as well. So,
Yep, good idea.
Theta, we can have a conversation about what that looks like after this meeting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next up on the report or on the agenda are any other conversations associated with the new business, about county collaborations. We talked a little bit about the equity plan, understanding that is in place. And so I don't believe we followed up with getting access to the new commissioners as far as the current work of the equity plan. So I'll follow that up with Theta and Kenny as well, just to make sure that you all have access of the work that has been done to date on those. And so we'll go from there. Chair report. I just wanted to provide some conversations that I've been having. Did I hear something? Okay. And some conversations that I've been having. And Karen, I know you've been involved in some of these conversations as well, so feel free to collaborate and share as well. And so from discussions with other commissions, there was an IORA conference that talked about the International Organization for Human Rights. And so there were commissioners from different states, different areas, talking about a culture of human rights. And so part of that is also with the Carter Foundation and some of the work that they're doing, and working with the Missouri State Commission for Human Rights as well. and really trying to see what does it look like for us to collaborate and learn together and work together on the work of building up a human rights culture. Understanding that we're human relations and not human rights. And so there is that distinction that is there as well. And I'm trying to figure out that distinction in my head and talking with others to see exactly what does that look like for us to do human relations versus human rights. And I think that that's all for us to really, really distinguish and work towards and work through as well. But part of the conversations that I've been having with the Missouri State Human Relations Commission, Missouri Human Relations Commission,
Human rights.
Rights. Thank you. Is really trying to go in and see where are the other human rights and human relations commissions that are in St. Louis County, and how do we combine our efforts? And so understanding there's HRCs in Kirkwood, there's HRCs in Ferguson, and there's HRCs in a couple of other municipalities. What does it look like for us all to at least know each other, see what does it look like for us to program together? And so really, really are starting to reach out to those other boards and commissions and chairs just to try to get a group conversation think tank together, or at least exchange networks, just so we have that. And so that work is starting. But if you have networks or avenues, not just in St. Louis, but in other parts, let's just start figuring out how do we connect all the dots. Because if we're doing this work, to me, it will be just better and more effective and efficient if we do this work in a collaborative state. So any thoughts on that as we're doing this work, or any networks or things that come to mind and bubble up to the top as we're talking about this?
I love the idea of doing that and moving forward. I mean, I'll help in some way. I think some of them are human relations commissions. I don't know how they're all titled, and even if they say they're human rights versus human relations, they might not necessarily align their actual activity in one way or another. I mean, human relations, it seems to me, is a piece of human rights work which is often couched in law and policy, right? So what rights are people given, whether it's through a constitution or some other kind of written document or set of policies? And then the human relations piece really is the broader conversation of people and understanding, as you say, in the culture piece, that is relevant to how you, and maybe it's a two-way conversation. It goes back and forth all the time, depending on what's at issue. So I think regardless of whether we're a human relations commission versus somebody who defines themselves as human rights, I mean, the Commission on Human Rights is dealing in very specific legal settings. And yet, the human relations conversation has to be there always. So I think it would be great opportunity, and meet some new people and pull some folks together, find a library together, have some coffee and some good conversation.
I agree. And in talking with some individuals that are a Human Relations Commission, they ensure that their mission and their vision and their plans includes human rights language in that. And so they do ensure that that's collaborative in that nature. In those conversations, also been talking with the commission in Los Angeles, understanding that, yes, it's many states away, but just seeing exactly the work that they're doing in LA and their structure. I have had some conversations with the chair of the LA County Human Relations. There are the Human Relations Commission, just to see how we can learn together and some of their plans and moving forward, and how do they do their work with their county government as well. And so we've had a couple of conversations, but we're planning on diving a little bit more into that. And so if you're hearing me talking about LA Commission and some of that work, is just basically saying that some of that network is already happening and just trying to learn collectively in that regard. Some things might apply to St. Louis County, some things might not apply to St. Louis County, but it's at least, in my opinion, worth a conversation and discussion. And so
Could you
I
remind
encourage.
me his name?
Go ahead.
The gentleman, remember the gentleman who presented at the conference, Robert from LA?
Robin.
Robin.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So Robin works for Robin Shepard works for LA County pertaining to human relations. And then he has a commission just like ourselves. And so he introduced me to their chair that was also there to have those conversations. So Robin is supportive of the work. He's been to St. Louis, seen the work that we're doing. And so he's a network and a resource. And then also their chair is also a resource as well. So I'm just encouraging us to also look outside of St. Louis and look outside of ourselves, just to basically start building that network and that vocabulary and that understanding as well as we're doing this work. In that regard, a lot of the conversations moving to the next agenda item is just the Universal Declaration of Human Rights from the United Nations. It is a pretty thick, lengthy document, but it really is good information as far as what does it look like from a universal standpoint to really provide human rights to individuals, and doing this in a way of ensuring that we're speaking the language of this is a human right, and it's not from a personal agenda, but more of a universal agenda. And so I'll work with Dita to get that link out to you, but just helping for us to, if you're not already educated in this, not saying that you are or not, but if you're not already educated in some of this language, it's just an additional resource for us to all have as we're going out and working to really educate others, including not just residents and community, but also sometimes electeds and stakeholders in this regard of why we are doing the work that we're doing. So I just wanted to make sure I share that as well. Any thoughts on any of that?
All exciting, good, positive.
Yeah, this sounds good.
Yeah.
I look forward to
I'm
getting
excited
them.
about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. I just from another chair report. Oh, I guess I don't have another item on there, so I really can't mention anything else. I guess, is that right? No. No, I can't.
Can't hear you.
One thing, I'm sorry. One thing that I would like for you to let me know before we leave is just the date of the next meeting.
Yes, and so understanding that we are at a 2 every other month schedule, and so we had meetings back to back these last couple of months just to make up for a meeting that was missed in another month, and so we would go back to every other month, and so we'll have another meeting in November. Understanding that there is work that we can be doing in between those months, and so there was conversations in the last meeting about working on letters to be sent to school districts to advocate for possible things, and so that work can be done in between sessions. Having some of this work with Mr. Murdoch on getting some of this reports done and information to you as well, educating ourselves, connecting with other commissioners as well is some of this work that we can be done in between meetings. And so my hope is that, yes, we're coming together to report on the work that has happened or is happening, but in between meetings, we're staying in tune and continuing to do the work as a commission to further this work between the meetings as well. And so even though we're not meeting every month, my hope is that we're doing work in between those two meetings, 2 months as well.
Doing work but not having meetings and violating the Sunshine Law.
So let's let can we define that completely as well? And so if, let's say Karen and I have have coffee, that's not a meeting.
Would not be a meeting.
Correct. So I just want to make sure that I don't want to discourage people.
Yes.
I just don't want to discourage us from seeing each other and interacting as well. So
right. About your previous question, what was it you wanted to talk about? And I'll see if we can.
No, the only thing is I know in our last meeting agenda, Michael and Karen talked about doing some work as a letter to Francis Howe, and I just didn't provide any space for that, and just saying that, understanding that hopefully some of that work continues between the next meeting, and I just didn't put that on the agenda for a discussion. And so just understanding, like, if you want to bring items to the agenda and to the discussion, please let Theta and I know as well, just so we make sure that we get it on the agenda so we can fully have a conversation and a discussion. So I apologize for not having that on the agenda for this meeting for a full discussion.
My bad on the follow-up. So Michael, we have to try that again at some point.
Yeah. So
yeah, we definitely need to talk, Karen. But at a coffee house, not anyplace else.
So I'm more information than is necessary on a public meeting, but I'm on day 12 of a hip replacement surgery. So I've been a little bit out of it, and I'm getting back into it now. But next week I have plenty of time, since I'm only supposed to walk a certain amount, and I can meet somewhere.
So I'm sorry, I do have a question. Noah, thank you for that clarification. I think that's really important. I'm assuming, and this may sound like a silly question, but I'm assuming I can talk to Karen on the phone. That doesn't violate anything. So it's
it isn't where it happens, or it's the amount of people talking about the business of this commission. That is when a meeting would be triggered by the Sunshine Law.
And what is the number?
So I would say, I think technically the number is, it's a quorum. But
I thought it was 3 people runs us into trouble.
No, it's a quorum. But I think, I mean, just best practice. I mean, because really the idea of the Sunshine Law is that, you know, everything's out in the open, and, you know, it's, if it's county business, it's, you know, the public can have access to what is going on. So, I mean, really the goal is for, if possible, it to be discussed in the meeting. But I think if 2 of you are having a conversation, that does not violate the Sunshine Law.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. What is a quorum? What's the number?
Quorum is 6.
6. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so if Karen and I have a discussion and then bring something to the commission, to this meeting, that is not violating this.
Nope, that is fine.
Okay, yeah, because we don't want to end up on Donnybrook. That would not.
But would you prefer, let's say we do have a conversation and something comes out of it, that we call Theta and you or Dwayne so that it gets on the agenda formally for consideration in advance, so that it's posted publicly?
Yes, that would be
Great.
That would be the best.
Great, thank you. Dwayne, you're muted.
thank you for that, because I was just kept talking. I was like, thank you for that. That was great information. I appreciate that clarification for sure. All right, so no report from Mr. Murdoch. So with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Moved.
Second. All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned at 5:40. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Be well, take care, and talk to you all in a couple of months. Take care.
Have a good
Not
one.
sooner.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.